Hello, everyone. I just wanted to do a little speed run today. Speed run? Speed build today because I think I do this about every month so far on my YouTube channel where I kind of look at what I've been doing and I go, okay, this is all terrible and cringy and I don't think this is me. And that's something I've really been struggling with is what is me and my brand and who I am on YouTube. It's all very confusing to me, and I feel like a lot of the time when I do make videos, it all ties back. I've made so many videos about this where I just don't feel like myself, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna try harder to be myself, but I realize I'm trying so hard to be myself that it comes across as really stiff and inauthentic and it's not the way I present myself in person. And that's, I want to say, the biggest struggle for me right now with just being on the internet and learning how to do all these new things and just trying to maintain any kind of audience or be any kind of entertaining. And so far it's I've learned something every week. That's all I care about, which, by the way, if you need help understanding what I'm saying, I have captions on my videos. I am someone who likes to have captions on because I have loud people living above me and loud people in my house. So when I'm watching things, I can't ever hear what's going on. So I always have captions on, which makes me even more excited that I was able to figure out how to put captions in my videos. I think it's great to, have the captions there. So part of why I started building this house was I kind of didn't want to make a video this week, and I didn't know what kind of video I was going to make. And as the week went on, it just kept getting obviously closer and closer to my self-mandated deadline of posting a video. And I realized I had all these great ideas for variety content and that kind of thing. And I realized that who I am as a person is not the kinds of videos I was making. I'm a dork. I really like video games. That's what I really like to do. I like to play games. I like to talk about games. I like to make games. And I kind of came to the realization recently that part of why I don't feel like myself is because I really am not being myself. I'm trying to be this character that's entertaining, and I don't know, yeah, maybe long term that might be the kind of content that will get me money and will get me fame. I don't really want fame, but it'll definitely get me money if I keep, just kind of doing weird shit and putting it in YouTube videos and trying to be mildly entertaining. And I don't want to do that. And this is all very rambly because I'm a writer, I'm not a talker, so just bear with me. But I don't know, I've just kind of realized that if I don't get famous, or not famous, but if I don't I guess I'm correlating famous and money, because I know you have to have a lot of followers to have a lot of income from this kind of job. And I keep equating those, and I really just mean money. I don't care if I don't get a lot of money, as long as I know I put my best foot forward in trying to do this, and I am trying to be who I am, instead of this fake version of myself that that might monetarily pay off because I'm appealing to just a much broader audience, but in the long haul, I think I would just be embarrassed by it. I don't think I would be proud of anything I made, and I don't know, like my video last week I was really excited about, and it like completely flopped, and I'm okay with that, but at the same time I was really discouraged by it because I was so excited and I thought like, oh, this is like the piece of variety content that is gonna get me rich, and it was not. And that's the other thing too, is I feel like the quality of my videos goes way down when I'm not interested in what I'm making a video about. And like I said, I just really think that's the way to go. I'm sorry if you clicked on the speed build and wanted like a true proper Sims 4 speed build, because I'm also not that person. I don't think. I'm just gonna use this as like my own personal little podcast time and talk about whatever I want, and I hope you just stick around to see like what the house looks like at the end. Which, as I was cutting this together, I didn't take any post like completed build shots, so I'm sorry about that. I'll try to throw some in somewhere, or if I don't, it's on the gallery. I'm pretty sure my name on the Sims gallery is also Purple Sarg, so you could just look up my name and I should show up. What else did I want to talk about today? I came to this realization last night in regards to if you look back at any of my videos, you know I'm trying to just be a better person. Like, not in the sense of like, oh, I think I'm a shitty person, but like I'm trying to be my best self, you know? I'll just say the generic thing. And a couple days ago, I've been working out since about December, and I noticed just like how much slimmer I am and how much stronger I am, and I've lost like 10 pounds in a month, and I'm not doing like a crazy restrictive diet at all. Like, I'm still eating ice cream here, people. I'm definitely not like restricting my calories a shit ton, and I'm not over exercising. I do a bare minimum of like 15 minutes a day, and I definitely don't ever go over like 45 if I do more than a 15-minute workout, because I really just do a 15-minute workout. And in achieving, like, seeing a progress in a goal I had made a couple months ago, it was really, really motivating for me. Like, I realized I was like, wow, like, this is the first time I think in 2 years where I have felt like I've made a forward progress in my life. And that's not to say like good things haven't happened in my personal life and that kind of stuff, but like in terms of like my fitness and just like where I want my life to be, that was the first time I really realized that I've made progress, and it made me feel really good, and I am excited to make more progress. Like, it's actually like made me much more motivated to like not throw myself in deeper, but just like keep doing what I'm doing. And when it came to making this YouTube video, I realized I didn't want to do it, and that's because I've seen like really small amounts of progress, or like the content I've made, like I have like little spikes in success and not much retention. So I just didn't want to do a video, and I kind of like felt like, oh, I'm just gonna like waste everyone's time, which like I say that a lot to myself, like looking back on my past is like, oh, I'm wasting people's time, I'm wasting everyone's time, and I'm like, that's stupid, because this is doing YouTube and like making content has kind of been like a little dream of mine since I was like 15, and realized like, wow, people are doing this for money, and like they're really good, like they're getting paid well for what they're doing. And as like YouTube as a platform has grown, and just like the internet itself has grown, there's so much more opportunity to like do this kind of work. And originally I would get discouraged by like the idea of like, oh, this market is so saturated, there's so many people, like no one's ever gonna notice you. And then I like thought about it some more, and I realized like, no, the people that like stick with it, even if they're like not, sounds like I'm dragging someone in particular through the mud, I promise I'm not, but like there are people out there that I don't think are good content creators at all, and even like the content they make is like actually boring. Like, they're somehow more boring than like a really bad like ex-Viner doing Facebook skit shorts, you know, like like there are people out there who are definitely like not good at this, and they make some semblance of a living off of it. So I'm like, you know what, if those people can do it, so can I. I sounded so mean there, and I'm sorry, I apologize, but like it was a motivational factor for me, where it's like, hey, think of all the content creators you hate. They're successful and you're not. Like, you can definitely do this. You can definitely be more and like give more value than that. So now that I'm 10 minutes into this voiceover, this has been a very long roundabout way of saying I'm going to pivot my content yet again into just gaming focused. One of my like New Year's resolutions was to actually make a game this year, because last time I made a game was 2021, and I like making games. I don't know why I don't make games, because I really do enjoy it. And I think there's this like, it's that hump I need to get over, like I did with the exercise, where it's like, okay, you just need to do it for a month. The skills will come as you work, because I took up crochet like a month ago, and now I'm doing stitches I like had tried to do that first week I was crocheting and like definitely could not mentally comprehend. And now I'm like doing all these crazy stitches, and I'm like making all these granny squares, and I'm like making all this stuff. Like I made like a little stuffed rabbit, and I stuffed him with plastic bags because I didn't want to go buy stuffing. And like it definitely didn't turn out like the pattern, because I didn't realize I had a completely different crochet hook gauge and like completely different weight of yarn, but it still looks like a rabbit dog thing. So, you know, like I definitely could not have made that as a beginner crocheter, and I'm still a beginner crocheter. That's not my point of talking about crochet though. Like crochet was just another example of that sensation where I like worked at something and I actually saw a result from it, because I really did feel so stagnant just in my life in general. Like I felt like I was constantly working and I was going nowhere. I was like running on this hamster wheel, and I blame working in retail for that, but but yeah, I'm going to pivot my content yet again. And some people might be like some of those like, you know, how to grow your YouTube channel strategists might be like, no, you're not sticking with a niche long enough. You need to give it time and all that. And it's like, yes, you do. But like logically, I know by the time I have like stuck with this niche long enough and have a following for this niche, I'm going to hate what I'm talking about. So I should really be like doing something I care about, like doing Let's Plays and talking about games that are coming out and making games and making pixel art and like showing the processes of game design that I'm learning and relearning as I do it. And documenting that experience is much more valuable to me and probably to people watching than me doing something stupid for, 30 minutes. Like really, like let's get into this. Like my plan for next week was seriously to like look up a bunch of Gordon Ramsay recipes, because I've been binge watching Hell's Kitchen again, and make only Gordon Ramsay recipes for a week. And I would tell you what, I like thought, oh, that's a great idea. And then I go and like look up all these Gordon Ramsay recipes. I literally had them all picked out. And then I'm like looking at the ingredients, and I'm just like, this shit is gonna be so expensive. Look, like eggs are fucking $6 a dozen right now. I cannot be making Gordon Ramsay dishes with like filet mignon and shit. So as much as like that would be a video I'd be super excited to make and like excited to film, like yeah, I'd probably bring in some people, but like, do I really want to slave away making a beef Wellington for 3 hours and then get like 5 views on that video? No, like if I'm gonna put 3 hours into something, I better be enjoying it. And for my fiance, who is loving and watches all my videos, if you actually bothered to watch this all the way through, you will be excited to hear I am gonna make beef Wellington anyway, just because I've been dying to try it since I was like 15, and yeah, I'm gonna like figure out how to do that. So I'm still gonna be making Beef Wellington, but at least it'll be for my own purposes, not just because I'm trying to entertain a bunch of fools on the internet. Something else I'm going back to doing is I am going back to streaming. I think I'm actually gonna stream on YouTube, because while I had good experiences on Twitch, and Twitch is like a good platform to stream on, I'm not dissing Twitch. It's not even like about the whole like money thing that came out. It's just I've realized in my 2 months of content creation, or 3 now, because I started in November, and it's so in my first quarter of content creation, I realized that managing more than like 1 or 2 like social medias is too much for me. Because I was someone, I did not go on social media like at all, pretty much, until I started doing this. Like, I was on it, and like, I would like post stuff every once in a while, but I've never taken it seriously, and I didn't even like take it serious, like to the normal extent of seriousness like a normal person would take. Like, I didn't post things every time I had a birthday, you know. It's just like I wasn't in that world at all, and now I've like launched myself into the deep end and I'm like trying to figure out how to manage everything. So I think that streaming on YouTube might be the move for me. Because I still get timid on camera, and just because like, I don't know, it's like I have to maintain way more eye contact with the camera. I feel like I think I'm gonna keep using my VTuber. Actually, I miss her. I put so much work into my little 3D anime model, and I like really want to use her again. So I think I'm still gonna use her, but I'm not gonna be like a proper VTuber where like, oh, we don't know what she looks like. Like, you know what I look like. My face is around, you know. I just use the VTuber because like I didn't feel like getting dressed that day, you know. Or like looking camera ready. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start streaming YouTube. I gotta figure out the logistics of that, so I'm not gonna say like, oh, tune in on this day this week, because I really don't know. I'll probably make a community post about it when I get to that point. So I'm thinking for now I'm just gonna do 2 days a week, start really small, especially because I'm gonna keep making, my plan is to keep making videos during that time, and alongside the videos, obviously, I'm gonna like leave the live streams up so they can just be watched whenever. What else? Yeah, I think that's it for the update. I am changing my username yet again. Purple Sahara is just my gamer tag, and I don't know, because it's like my gamer tag, and it's honestly like my profile pic is my profile pic on like every platform, like every like personal platform I use. So like my Discord picture, my Twitch picture was my profile picture, you know. Like, I've just been like really connected to that kind of, not branding, but like that feels the most like me. Like, that's who I am. I am my little gamer tag with my little anime profile picture. So yeah, I think that's it for like updates. In terms of games I'll be playing and discussing, it's gonna still be variety. It's gonna be variety gaming content instead of like variety people content. I don't even know how to describe what I was doing. Like lifestyle content. It wasn't even lifestyle content. It was just like random crap. I was just doing random crap. I was throwing stuff at the wall to see what stuck. So it'll still be like a variety. Like, I will probably have a I probably won't do like Let's Plays. I think I'll do like Let's Plays through my streams. So it's like on one day a week I do like my Let's Play, and then the other day a week I play Valorant because I'm addicted to Valorant. Yeah, I don't know. I think part of the why I change things up every month or so is just like I get bored of doing the same thing over and over, and it like reinvigorates me with passion. And you know what? If I have to keep reinvigorating myself with passion until I find what I'm actually passionate about, then so be it. At least I'm trying everything. What else was I gonna say? I do eventually intend to do devlogs once I start making games, even if they're just like easy games that you can make in a day. Like, let's be real, it does not take more than a day to like program Flappy Bird, you know? So I hope to do that, and then I probably, like, I'll still do like some artsy content just because that's like what I do. So I'm just gonna pivot more towards 3D modeling, so in like Blender and those kind of softwares, and then maybe working a little bit more in Unreal because a lot of my work has been done in Unity. And then I plan on doing like pixel art and learning some UI stuff. And I thought it might be even cool to make an app, and like that, while it isn't like technically game design, it'd just be cool to make an app, like figure out how to do that. So yeah, I think that's actually it for all I had to say. I think I've said that a couple times now, and it's because when I'm recording off the cuff, I just kind of start to repeat things, even though I have like my little outline of stuff I want to say in front of me. I do have 4 minutes though. What else can I talk about? I guess I'll talk about, I finished Breaking Bad. Great show. I already want to rewatch it, but I have to give myself time. I also am probably gonna lose access to Netflix soon, so I think I might just have to buy it on DVD or something because I really like Breaking Bad. I would watch that show on repeat. And this is a problem. This is something I do. I get these like, I'm scared, always scared to watch new stuff because I'm scared it's either gonna be garbage, or I'm scared I'm gonna like it too much and become obsessed with it. Because I pretty much watch shows like on a rotation. Like, I have been watching Hell's Kitchen since I was probably 15 and I first found them for free on YouTube. I would just binge watch, like I just leave it on and I do other stuff. When I'm running, like, I just watch Hell's Kitchen all the time. And right now I'm in a Hell's Kitchen phase again. They come around about every year and a half or so, depending on year, 6 months. I can't even tell you how frequently they come around. Like, sometimes it'll be a year, sometimes it'll be 6 months, sometimes it's 2 months. I don't know. I just go through phases where I really like Hell's Kitchen. I read this kind of cheesy book, and I can't remember what it's called, so I'm just gonna not mention it. But thanks for watching my little catch-up video. If you'd like to see some of my old content, it'll be linked right here. And I will see you next week. It's always nice talking to you. Bye.